Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I am here to share with you, and would you believe I've got all my supplies out and not the card that I actually want to show you. Because, you know, what would my life be without a bit of chaos? So I recently made this card, I think last weekend, not the weekend just gone, the one before, I made this Geared Up Garage card at my catalogue launch. So I just wanted to pop on. I've still got 2 more cards left in the pack, so I wanted to pop on and make this with you. So if you're popping on, even if you're watching the replay or over at YouTube, please make sure you say hi. I like knowing who's joining along with me, even if you can't catch me live. I really do like to be able to say hi. Hi Joyce, how are you today? So playing with the Geared Up Garage, I am going to struggle because I didn't pre-punch or pop out all the holes out of my foil, and the backing on my foil is holding on like nothing else. There's a little plastic lining on the back of the foil sheets. Hey Sherry, and they're holding on. And we struggled. I pre-cut them. I was a nice teacher for the class, and I pre-cut all the gears for my class girls, and they went, oh, thank you. There is still a bit of big shotting in it, but I pre-did the gears. So yes, it's lots of fun. So who owns Geared Up Garage? Do you have it? Or do you struggle with masculine cards? Sorry, my ones aren't coming out too bad. I don't know if it's because I'm using a very pointy pointer to get everything out. Don't know. See, it's all in, but it's not quite detaching at the back well. So yeah, I loved Geared Up Garage. I do have a 14-year-old in my house who absolutely is obsessed by cars, and when I got home from Brisbane in November and showed him the catalogue, he was so excited. He hasn't asked to use the stamp set yet. Hello, Julie. Thank you so much for joining. He hasn't asked to use it yet. I am very surprised that he hasn't, but we will wait and see if he actually does ask. But he was really excited. He's loved this card that I made with the set. Okay, no, I have one more bit out of my gear to get out. Hello, Miss Wendy. How are you? I'm just punching before I flick my camera around and we get card making. I'm popping out all the bits out of my gears because no one needs to watch my hands do that, so you can watch my face instead. So I shouldn't be too much longer. It's just I said I'd be 5 minutes where I really should have said 10 minutes, and then I would have had all of this out. But, you know, real life, real life. So, Wendy, are you crafting today? Julie, are you crafting? Oh, no, you're still away. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining. I will show you the card. This is the card that we're going to be making. I made it at my recent catalogue launch, but I'm just punching out the bits out of my gears. Oh, thanks, Julie. Hello, Bridget. Thank you so much for joining and saying hello. I do like it when people join me live, but you know, I've also just filmed a video. Oh, that's not good, Wendy. I have just filmed a video where I talked to myself for the whole time. I've got a video coming out on the 25th, which will be for the Christmas Stampathon challenge. And I've just filmed that. So I had to get that off my desk because I started playing with everything yesterday. And then time ran away with me and it was dinner time and I had to iron so I could wear some clothes that weren't jeans to work today. But I have done work for the day and now I can come home and craft till my heart's content. I have my boys watching Monty Python. My husband's very happily introducing our teenagers to Monty Python. They're not in hysterics today. Last time when they were watching, what were they watching? No, they were watching The Holy Grail. Today they're watching Life of Brian. And I can't hear the laughing hysterically. So yeah, I've got a bit to do, Julie. I've also, you know, got to do mundane things like the banking and stuff like that and pay some bills. Oh wow, so you work a late shift, Bridget? Or 3:30 a.m. Oh my god, what time do you start work? And where do you work that you have to start that early? That's crazy. Mind you, I was up at 3:30 a.m. this morning. Well, up briefly. Hey Maria, thanks for joining. I was up very briefly this morning with a really big thunderstorm. Our dog had gone in and was huffing and puffing in my eldest son's face and scared the bejesus out of him pretty much. He was, you never expect at 3:30 in the morning you're going to have a dog like right up in your face, but she doesn't like storms and she went to him. Normally she comes to me, but not today. Oh, I missed one little bit. There we go. Just picking out the last two bits. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jenny. Actually, it's really humid here today. It has cooled down from the over 35 degrees at the end of last week. It was horrible, but now we've just got humidity and it's just I was freezing at work, absolutely freezing. I've just got a few more to get out, girls, and then I'll flip you around. Ah, that's good. Yeah, I was freezing at work until I had to walk out of my building to go back into my building to go to the loo. And then I went, I understand why they've got the air conditioning up. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Let me get my bitty bobs out of the way. I'll flick us around and we can get into this card. Right. I got my online grocery delivery today, actually. See, that's a good line of work. Look, a job is a job, money is money, it pays the bills. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, I have no issues. Okay, let me get this all lined up. I will flick you guys around, put you on my mount, and I'll be back in a few seconds. You can still talk to me. I can still read your comments. Okay. And flick. Oh, pretty good. Oh, look, I got cables and everything in the way today. I've got Cable City back here. Right. So, this is the card we're making. I've used a very vanilla, thick, very vanilla card base, which I have already got off to the side here. What we are going to start with, because I pretty much have all our pieces ready to go and cut out because it was a class. I decided to make it a bit easier for them. So I have all our bits and bobs done, but I need to stamp the car and the sentiment. So I'll get these mounted on some blocks. Oh, Jenny, I've stopped looking at the forecast because I don't want to be disappointed. Oh, that's okay, not a problem, Cheryl. I will catch you on replay, and I hope the weather doesn't get too crazy for you. Okay, so I've got my blocks here. Now these are our cling mount stamps, which I have mounted the cling stickers on. And what I do in my case is I put them back on the sticker sheet, so then they just pop off a little easier and there is less risk of me ripping them. I will show you how I take them off after I have cleaned the stamps and finished stamping. So we are stamping the car onto some grey granite cardstock with our blueberry bushel ink. So let's see if I can not get ink everywhere here. I'm just going to grab my scrap piece of paper which fell on the floor, and I'm just going to stamp it off first to make sure it's stamping nicely. Yep, that'll do. And it would help if I turn the ink pad around. Right, so I'm doing this twice because I'm going to be creating 2 cards, and I want this, that's not in the middle, but that's okay. I did want it roughly in the middle, but handmade, not Hallmark. Okay. There we go. We have our 2 cars. Just going to pop this here for a second, and then I will clean everything. Oh my God, what colour? Please don't tell me it's a white cat. And with the Cajun Craze, I think I have, yes, I do have a scrap here. So with the Cajun Craze, we're going to stamp You Jumpstart My Heart. Please tell me what it is. Dying to know here. Just stamp that off on my scrap piece here. I'm just going to do this twice next to each other because the die that we're going to use to cut this out is this one. So I've cut it out once in Mango Melody, and we're going to cut it again to get the centerpiece. So I have all these centerpieces over here, so I've got lots of these, and I'm thinking of I want to create a card with them. So I'm thinking that might be one of my projects this week to get my scraps off my desk, is to do that. Now, oh, so cute. Okay, close these up because these are very strong colours that I don't, and look, I still managed to get ink all over me that I don't want to get everywhere. So I'm going to put my gears over here, put these ones over there in the nice little pile. Now, while I'm here, I just had my cleaner out, my Stampin' Scrub. There it is, it's under my dies. Okay, let's clean these off. The good thing about the cling mount stamps is when we do use our Stampin' Scrub, our stamps don't pop off the blocks like our clear mounts used to. I love this about them. Okay, that is all beautiful and clean. So pop my Stampin' Scrub back over here, put my stamps away. Let's be neat and tidy as we go. Now, to get off our cling mount stamps, what we do want to do is just put your finger under a corner just so you can pick up the sticker, because these have quite a cling to them. There is more chance that you can rip the rubber off the foam, and you just need to just be a touch patient and pop it. Just try and grab a corner. And the other thing I have used is our pick me up tool. Now, I know I have used these a couple of times, so there is a corner that is more likely to come off. And I don't try very hard. If a corner is going to lift, it's going to lift. And the pick me up tool has a little spatula on it. Do I have my pick me up tool? Is somewhere. That, oh, here it is. So the pick me up tool has a little spatula on the end, and that is good just to get between the block and the sticker, and that can lift it off well as well, because my hands don't work so well, as many of you know. I quite often will just grab that tool out and do that. So I'm going to pop my stamp set off to the side in the avalanche waiting to happen. I'm going to bring in my rectangle stitched framelits and work out. I'm going to use my card here. I think I got the wrong size. So I think it's this one I need. Yep, that one for that one. And I love these stitch dies because you've got your cutting line in the middle, so you get the stitch detail on both the inside and the outside when you cut it out. Yes, that too, Wendy. But I'm happy with the way I'm doing it, but that is a great idea. And out of the Garage Gears thinlits, so these are all the ones you get that go with the stamp set. You get so many gears, and we're using the big one, and then you get all the framelits. So we are using this badge. I call it a badge. I can't think of, it's like your car badge. And I'm going to grab my Big Shot. Going to grab all these things, Big Shot on the table, and look how magnetic my watch band is, girls. This is how I lose things. Exactly how I lose them. But anyway, right. So I'm going to have to do 2 passes. Ooh, at least you didn't say no, Julie. That would have been terrible if you said no. But he didn't say no straight up, so that's really good. So I've got this here. Now with this one, because I'm using my magnetic platform, it may be a touch temperamental in lining up, and it may jump out of the way, and of course it's going to call me a complete liar, and I'm just hoping I have enough room there. So I'm just going to carefully slide this in and jam it down so that none of our dies move. Right, 1 pass done, and I'm going to pop these out and just pop them over here. So I'll show you here. So you can see here you do get the nice stitching detail, but we don't need this, so I shall discard that. And I want the middle piece, And I am going to leave the paper that's in the back of that there because it won't make too much of a difference to the cutting, and if it does, I will, my bad. Okay, we do have a slight issue here, but do you know what? It's just going to have to stay like this. It is. Yeah, I've had an iPad pretty much die. It was my original iPad mini. It died. My husband's birthday was on Saturday. No, Saturday? Yes, Saturday. He didn't get anything, but we've recently bought a new car and a couple of other things, and we didn't need anything. So he just said, don't worry about it. We've spent enough money over Christmas and whatnot. Okay. This doesn't want to play now. Right. Done. Slide this in a little bit, and I'm just going to just carefully put this down, but put pressure on it so none of these dies move. Right, done. And now we're up to assembly. So because I did do a fair bit of that center didn't cut out. That's okay. I'll deal with that in a second. Oh, and this one isn't perfect either, but I will also deal with that one as well. It's handmade. I repeat this to myself constantly, and I repeat it in classes as well. Now, before I lose anything into my crafty abyss, I am going to take this scrap paper off, pop this one back on. Now, what I am going to do is just take my tweezers here, because these are closest at hand, and just pop out these layers. Right, the giggles have started from the other room. So that is now all clean. I'll pop this back, and these can go to the side. Now what I am going to do, I do just need to deal with this. It is coming away. It just didn't, I just don't want to rip it. It's not perfect, but what card is perfect? Oh, no problems, Jenny, no problems. Yes, I sent, if you are on my birthday card list, cards get sent at the start of the month. And yeah, I've got to write my February ones. Actually, that's on my list for the next week. Okay, so I've got this and this and this. Now, what am I going to start with? I'm actually going to adhere these, and for that, I need our tear and tape. And I've lost things already, girls. I really, truly have. Where are these bits? I had a lovely, oh, maybe it's actually in the stamp set. Is it in the stamp set? No. I know I lose things easily, but seriously. Oh, no, it's here on my laptop. Found it. Found it. Okay. So I have these. These are made out of, what did I say, Mango Melody cardstock. So I've used Mango Melody, Cajun Craze. The foil is Champagne because I've used the vanilla cardstock. When I used the silver, it was a bit too stark. So I did decide to use the Champagne that has a bit more of a warmer tone, but not quite as warm as gold to do the gears. So what I've done, I've just placed our stamped piece inside the frame, and I'm taking a piece of Terran tape and I am just going to tape that in. So now you have that taped in and ready to use. So this is probably the fit, besides getting all the bits out of your gears, this is probably the fiddliest part, which even in my brain isn't that fiddly. It was fiddly when I made my own. Hello Anne, thank you for joining. This part was fiddly because I decided to use normal sticky tape, which I had to cut down. And then I went, oh my God, I've got my Terran tape. Why don't I just use that? And of course, yes, it was the easiest solution. Okay, they are taped in. These extra bits I will fold back. Okay, so they are done and ready, and they are our last piece to pop on. Going to bring in my multi-purpose adhesive here. Oh, I hope it's not me. No, my actual one isn't so bad. But you're on holidays, aren't you, Julie? Is that why your internet's bad? So just pop some dabs of glue here. I do hope you can watch the replay. I normally do put up the replay straight away, and then I do also pop up a replay on YouTube as well. So just your dabs of glue, just enough to give me a bit of slip and slide so I can line it up properly, because that is not my forte. And I love how the stitched rectangles, they just line up perfectly. So the gradients are really good. They're not too tight, but they're also not too wide. So a pair of our snips now, and as you can see here, the gear is not as long as what I have made it on my card. Actually, I'll put this away properly. So what I did, I snipped it in half and I actually adhered it to the back of the car piece. So snip these in half. Now you can use your Terran tape for this, but I am likely, and just as easily, okay, and that's probably my hands. Okay, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we can blame Monty Python and what the kids are watching. So just put some snail adhesive without getting your other hand stuck in it, and I'm just popping this as close to the edge as what I can, and then I'm very roughly lining it up. So we have this piece ready to go. So I'm going to do this a second time with this piece. So you can use any adhesive, but I just want it right on the edge. And make sure it's foil side down. You all saw what I was about to do there. Right, 1 and 2. And now I have all our bits basically together. I'm just going to score the card bases. Oh, that just flew across. So that's card here. I've got our very vanilla card bases. Here comes the sun. It's been overcast all day and I can see sun peeking through. Okay. If you're my bone folder, that's very interesting. Ah, there it is on top of my speaker. Is 1, that is 2, okay. Sorry, Anne, I'm trying to keep my hands as low as possible, which isn't easy for me because I do like to talk with my hands. I'm just hoping that the replay will come out a little better, which it often does because it's recorded on my phone. So I'm just going around and spotting some glue over these gears, and I'll just put a couple of dots here. Now I do have this. Haha, you're smart, Julie. Very smart. Oh, I knew that'd happen because my hand got stuck to it. So I'm going to take my tweezers . Okay. Okay. Pick me up tool it is. Right. Just going to leave my pick me up tool there, just so I've got a bit of this. Right. Look, it's just going to have to stay like this. Not exactly as I originally intended it. Hello, Mr. Fort. How are you this lovely evening? Well, it's evening for you. Okay, this has gone on crooked, but we've roughly saved it. Okay, let's go on to the second card base, and this will not happen again. So, right. Let's be careful and not get stuck. Okay, just dotting the glue around again. I just use little bits of glue, nothing too spectacular because I don't want it to ooze everywhere. I do have some great places to put it, but I also like that some of these sides can, it's upside down as well. Do you know what I'm going to do? Card base goes upside down, and I'm going to line this up as best as I can, and glue it down. Now that one worked perfectly. Thank you, Wendy. It was well saved. It's handmade, not Hallmark. It's okay, I've got a bit of glue actually. This is lifted. So what I'm going to do, I keep my 2 really huge blocks on my desk for projects right like this, because I generally don't use these blocks for background stamps, but they are the perfect weight to hold this down. This is a bit gluey. So while these ones adhere, I'm going to go back to, and I will grab the card so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back to this element, and I am going to lift the backing off our tear and tape. And I do apologise if my head is getting in the shot. I don't think it is, but yeah, you know, all good. You can see my curly hair. Okay, and I am just going to flip that extra adhesive back around. I can do the same on the other one. Then I'm going to put dimensionals on it, and adhering this is the final part of the card. So there is a bit of die cutting on it, but it essentially is quite a simple card. It's just really, I didn't want to make it too busy, but I like the details in the stitched rectangle framelits and the shine of the foil or the gears. And then you've got this really nice sentiment piece. Now this, I would actually happily give this card to my son because I think it's sweet. Right. And if you have a good relationship with your mechanic, you could easily give it to him when you have car troubles. Okay. Oh, hey, Margaret, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing as well. You are a bit late, but you know, you're here all the same. And even everyone that watches on the replay, you're all here and participating. It's all good. Okay. Oh, I didn't even think anything of it, Julie. Okay, so I'm just going to put 3 here. Sorry. My hands aren't playing today. Lots of dialing numbers at work. I think I ended up talking to about 80 people this morning. Such fun. And then there were all those people, they're very rude and didn't answer the phone to talk to me. Okay, so I am trying to put the dimensionals over the edges to further adhere this down. And I did just, because everything is so flat to the card, I did just want to add a touch of dimension, but I'm getting myself stuck all over the place here. Once it's down, it'll be fine and no one will know. Right, done with these. There we go. Right, now the test to get all the backing off. There we go. 1 down, 5 to go. You need this set, Julie. It's not yeah, you need it. Or isn't any of the males in your life into cards, or are they into fishing? Because I can't say, because I have no one that fishes in my family. The fishing set hasn't particularly jumped out and grabbed me out of the occasions catalogue. Although it's a nice colouring set, it's just, yeah, it hasn't jumped out. I can't wait to colour this car, actually. I want to use my Stampin' blends on it. Now, no, these backings do not are not this hard to get off. It's just me and my hands. Yeah, I had to buy everything. I have the charms and the ribbon and the paper and everything. Ooh, maybe you can do a combined card, Julie, if you have both those sets by that time. Okay. Now these have had lots of time to adhere. And now all we have to do is just pop these down. Now I know a lot of the girls in my class put these on angles here and here. I choose to put it here because it goes over all the layers. So it goes over the car, it goes over the Cajun Craze paper, and it goes over the gears. So it sort of grounds this sentiment grounds all the layers together I know it doesn't go over this bottom one, but visually, I know, actually, Wendy, that doesn't work for me because my hands are the way they are. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Because I've still got to pick off the edge. So yeah, by creating, by layering this over all the edges, it really does just bring everything together. And they are the 2 finished cards. All I have to do now is grab my handy dandy stickers so people know it was me that made it, even though they know I gave it to them. If they're anything like me, they will put it on their mantle or their entertainment unit for a little while, and one of their friends may go, "Who made that card?" And they can go, "Oh, it was Ellen." And they may take a photo of my business details. And yeah, you never know. You never ever know. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, I know it's a general tip, but that tip just doesn't particularly work for me because I'm on the special side of special, but you know, that happens. Okay, thank you girls so much for joining me today. Would you believe, from my catalogue launch, I still have 2 cards to share with you. I did share with you my TP card. This was the second card, and I do have 2 other cards to share with you. So one is a cupcake card and one is a pattern paper butterfly card. So I'll be back over the next week or so and I will share those cards with you, and then I'm all packed up from that class. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will catch up with you really soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.